Welcome to the weekly recap with Greg Hill, the culture change agent. It feels good to be back. It's been nearly a year since I've recorded YouTube video outside of me speaking, but it's really been on my heart to really document the journey, document the process from a week-to-week basis on how life is, how I'm growing, how I'm developing, and most importantly, to challenge you to reflect weekly on the great things that happen, the areas you need to improve in, and just live life. So I'm excited to be here. I am kind of nervous though because I'm realizing if I record every single week, that means y'all gonna see that I really don't have that much gear. Like after week like 5, they'll be like, yo, this is the same outfit. So if you see around week 7, week 8, week 20, and I'm wearing white tees, it's because I'm recording every week and I don't got that much gear, right? But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back, and I'm gonna jump right in because the origin of this weekly reflections projects, because I know a lot of people go through life, go through certain steps, and they never take a step back to see, okay, how was my week? What I learned? How did I grow? And originally I started because I wanted other people to do weekly reflections. I challenged my students, I challenged the people I work with, I challenged my friends to do weekly reflections. So I said it would be good, and after I got some steam, when I said, yo, this is dope for me, I can remember, and plus I want to document the process, document the journey of me becoming who I really want to become. So the way the show usually works, I break it down into probably 7 to 8 steps, and I talk about the great things that happen, the areas I need to improve in, some resources that I learned that maybe can help you, as well as my big idea of the week, my challenges for the next week, and one challenge I need you to do for the week, for the show. So what's the theme of this week? What's the theme of this reflection? The theme of today's reflection is 3 letters. T-R-Y, try. And before we even get into this is not like a whole 7-minute motivational rant. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to tell you, get new tools how to become a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire, so I can't tell you how to be a millionaire. But I'm just trying to paint this picture so you can see kind of when I reflected on the week, what themes kind of arose. And the word try arose because I was doing this podcast with a guy, and I'm going to get to him in a second. He's a part of one of the great things that happened this week. And his quote was, "There's no such thing as try." And I know many of you y'all seen that Star Wars, the Star Wars movie where I think his name was Yoda. Yeah, when Yoda, he had Luke Skywalker, and they were trying to raise that spaceship, and Luke was trying to, and the spaceship wasn't going. He said, "I can't do it." And Yoda was like, and I know my Star Wars buffs like, yo, you messing that up, G Hill, but stay with me, right? So Yoda was like, "Luke, there's no such thing as try. You must do." And that quote resonated me all week because over the last couple of years, I've been stuck in this phase, not last couple of years, I'm going to say year specifically. I don't know what age or where I was at when I had the mindset of eliminating try from my vocabulary. I was just the guy to do things. I want to do a podcast, I do it. I want to write a book, I do it. I want to speak for free, I do it. If I want to be a paid speaker, I do it. But over the last year or so, I don't know, a lot of fear, a lot of doubt has been creeping in my mind. That try word and that can't word been popping up, and over the last week or so, that word Greg, eliminate, try. Anything you say you're gonna try, either you're gonna do it or you don't. Either you're gonna do it or you don't. And that's manifested in the way I move this week, my energy this week, and my composure and the willingness to even get back on YouTube for this. So that segues right into the great things that happened this week, and I'm going to talk about 3 things. First thing that happened, I took action on getting merchandise. So now, sooner, and within the next week or so, there's going to be Minority Trailblazer t-shirts for everybody that showcases and loves the podcast or want to support the movement. Then took action on the t-shirts. I bought 150 more books because people have been buying my books, but I get more money if you buy from me, whether you buy from Amazon. So I had to take action on getting books. The second thing of great things that happened is I had a great interview with a guy. Check out episode 58 of my podcast, How to Do a Plug. Graduated from North Carolina Central. Got his PhD at MIT. And now is a medical student at Harvard. And the reason why it was deep to me is because consistency. My podcast has struggled over the last 2 months because there's been a month gap where I didn't produce any episodes. And a month before that, I didn't produce any episodes. And that was a strain on me because I wasn't disciplined enough to create the amount of time to interview my guests. I have more than enough guests, but I don't have that much time. So I was just excited to get back-to-back episodes and celebrate those small wins because I guess what? I know in 2 months we're going to be back on track. So it was a great interview. Definitely check out the episode. Amazing dude, amazing quality. And the third great thing that happened to me is I'm 19 tracks done on my debut album, Remember You're a Genius. It's a motivational album / like spoken word, more motivational, and I've got 25 draft tracks that I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna slice it down to 15, and hopefully it can encourage and empower not only high school students, not only college students, but also young adults. And the reason why I'm even documenting this process right now is because I had a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety on if I should even move forward with it. I'm not a big name. I'm not Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not Eric Thomas. Who am I to release a CD? Who am I to do all these things? But remember, theme of the week, try. I'm not trying no more. I told people when I got into this game, this speaking game, this personal development game, that I was going to be the only one to stay true, to show the good things, show the bad things, show my anxiety, show my struggles. So those of you that are behind me, y'all can retrace my steps and jump over those obstacles, because you know I went the same thing. So when you're in the same struggles, you know, I remember Greg, I remember that one week in that weekly recap, he said this. I remember that podcast, he said this. I'm going through the same thing, and I can overcome it and I can get through that. So I gotta be real on my promise to y'all, so it's not all fake and phony. Y'all see me on the gram, hey, I'm speaking at this college, speaking at this. No. You see the weeks where I had no engagements. You see the weeks where I was stressed out, like, yo, how I'm gonna feed myself, how I'm gonna put gas into the gas tank because somebody fell through on this contract, or somebody offered me $250 for an hour, and I'm like, yo, I can't even eat off that. But I digress. So I had to just share that real quick, because that's the whole purpose of why I'm doing this and why I want to document the process. Also, a portion of this whole recap is resources that you may see can be beneficial. And one resource that I saw beneficial this week is watching the How to Start video by Gary Vaynerchuk. It really hit me somewhere in my soul this week as far as starting. I never had a problem with starting projects, but for some reason, the video and the urgency of working towards your dreams, the urgency of making sure when you wake up in the morning that you really like what you're doing, that's urgent. That's not something I had to push back into 10 years or push back in the next week. That's something I should be manifesting on a daily thing. So the energy in which I watched that video and what it spoke to me, hopefully it can speak to you. One area of improvement is my rhythm, my work rhythm. I think this week has been a great week in work. However, like doing my albums, editing it, posting stuff, content on LinkedIn or on Facebook. However, that red notification thing been killing me. Every 15 minutes I'm on Facebook looking at notification or likes or a view. Every second I'm looking on LinkedIn, seeing if somebody liked the post or commented on something. I'm going on Twitter, and it's like that every 15 minutes I'm doing that. So my solution going forward is going to be putting that thing on airplane mode like I used to back in the day. Airplane for an hour and then do what I need to do. So that's kind of what my one area of improvement this week I saw was I was getting progress on my work. However, at certain times, my focus and my work rhythm has been out of line. So I think going on airplane mode, and hopefully if you got some suggestions, please put them in the comments below on YouTube. Big takeaway from the week: fear is good because it lets you know when you need to attack. Fear is good because it lets you know when you need to attack. And the lens I'm painting this through is because I feared putting stuff out, content out on YouTube, because as you can see, I only had like 45 subscribers. I have a lot of views on certain videos, but I'm like, why? I'm not really going to make a dent on this. Like, should I even do this? I'm getting to it next after this, but I feared even putting out that I'm going to do a Minority Trailblazer conference. I know my podcast has been downloaded over 100,000 times thanks to people like you. However, I'm still nervous. Like, what if I put this conference out and it fails? What if nobody comes? Is this going to hurt my brand? Is that going to do this? But at the end of the day, that let me know I need to take action, because there's people that need these solutions, the people that need me. Even if I fail, some people that need me to fail at this so in order they can push their things forward. So I want to put this positive stuff in the atmosphere, because I know that, actually, I'm not even trying to sound deep. I mean, it really, I was really nervous and I really had so much anxiety over it, because I don't want to publicly put something out there and just fall on his face. Because I really think the Minority Trailblazer Conference is going to change the whole game. Putting black people in these spaces to talk about their success of the business, but how they got there, hopefully can transform all these other people that see people online, they double clicking, but they don't really know the process on how to get there. So I know it can be transformational, but I don't want to put it out there because sometimes I'm nervous. People will come, people are going to pay this money to come speak, but At the end of the day, I gotta put it out there because it's been on my heart, and that fear is letting me know it's something I need to do. Last thing, I'm almost done. I sound like I'm preaching right now. The one thing I need help on is for the Minority Trailblazer Conference, I'm building a team of people that can help me build the conference out. I know from experience that I can't do it alone, so it's reaching out and having a good vision on who I would like on my team and how I can operate it. So please keep me in your prayers. Also, if you're interested in helping out and being on the team at the Minority Trailblazer Conference or finding out for more information, please comment below or send me an email, greg@gregihill.com. My goal for next week is simply www.minoritytrailblazer.com. Open up and have a squeeze page for those that are interested in the conference so they can put the emails and I can notify them on location, ticket prices, and all that. So that's my one goal for this week. So next week, I should have an update on that. And last but not least, my challenge to you. Leave a comment below on this YouTube channel on one goal that you are going to accomplish next week. All right? That's all I got for you today. Please make sure if you're listening to this, I challenge you to do your own reflection, all right? So remember to leave your comments below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, I got 3 words for you, all right? What are them 3 words, Mr. Hill? Change the freaking, 4 words, culture. Good night.